Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Straight in from where I left off last time, and it's getting down to the nitty gritty now. Getting this thing ready to go in. Where I left it not too long ago. All clamped in place, just the back end needed pulled in a bit, and that'll give me a better idea of the fitment once it's in. So the car is going to get spun round. I'm going to have a look at it from the right way up. It's been a while since it's been the right way up, and I'm hoping that nothing falls out, but there's only one way to find out. If you heard that noise falling, that was rust. Always interesting when you turn this thing over. Right, so you see the general shape is okay. There's lots of stuff being tidied up in here, but it's actually sitting quite well. Quite pleased with it. The side over there, let's go and have a look. Needs to be pushed up slightly, but if I can get screws down through that, it will pull it up. It's about a 10mm gap there, but other than that, it's sitting really well. Can't tell you how good it feels seeing a floor or a boot floor in here. Down here, it's sitting really well as well. Again, once I mark this under here, I can mark where it needs to be drilled, and I can get all that pulled up. So I'm going to put a couple of self-tappers in, try my new contraption, which I'll show you, and see if I can't pull this floor a bit closer up here. Bingley Hall in January, I got one of these tools. Basically attaches to a drill, like this. Now I've never used this. I've only seen the demonstrations at the time, so I'm intrigued to see how actually good it is. But I believe you can buy them in wicks places as well. So attach the drill, you take either a screw or a bolt, goes over there, sits in, push it on. These are self-tappers that I had in the last video. Turns, and it drills it in. Can it be that easy? I'm hoping so. If it is, it's going to make life a lot simpler. If it doesn't, what's the plan B? I'm going to show you this one here because there's not much room to show you in the car, but basically I'm quite impressed with it. This, I'll just use a screw for the sake of it, pushes in until it clicks in, holds it in place, and you just drill and push down as you normally would. And there you go. Not all the way down, you keep pushing as far as you want it down, but it actually works good on metal, just needs a bit more pressure, so I'm quite pleased. So the first thing, what we're going to do the first thing, is going to try and pull the rear heel board, rear firewall, rear seat, what do you want to call it, close, because I've got holes drilled there anyway. That'll be the easiest to get in. Put a couple of these through, pull the floor up, and see how the fitment is then. I'm getting quite happy with the fit I'm getting here. So this is from the boot floor. Remember, this is just a test fit to get things marked up. It all has to come out, in and out, in and out. So I've got 4 bolts along here. Relatively happy with the fit along here now. There's a few things that it'll need fettled once it gets pulled closer, but the purpose of this is to mark out where the paint's coming off. The only bit I haven't fixed is this bit here, because I need to mark up where I'm drilling the holes, because my intention at the moment is to drill the holes and plug weld them once I get the new floor. So the way I'm going to mark this out, as you can see this here, sits good. The way I'm going to mark this out, I've got a Tipp-Ex pen that I'm going to just mark along here, and then I'll go around the back, mark along here. Similarly, I'll mark all the way along here, and the parts at the back that I can't see when the floor's in are these bits here. So I'll mark all these with a Tipp-Ex pen, that way I know where to take the paint off, put the weld through primer on, and it means that next time, once I've got a few other brackets and things sorted and it's in, it'll stay in, it'll get welded in, and I'll have a solid boot floor. So yeah, I'm pleased with the progress so far. So as you've seen, I've got Tipp-Ex on to mark out where I need to get rid of some of the paint. I'm going to let the Tipp-Ex dry, then I need to get all this floor off, get it prepped, wait on some of the parts come in, get them on, as in the brackets and things, and then I'm in a position to get this welded on. Right, the Tipp-Ex is dried, and it took a lot of fettling to get on. Now it's time to take it off. Yeah, like I said, it has to come off to get the paint removed, to get the weld through primer on, to get it all prepped, to get it all ready to go back in, hopefully for the final time. So cue the time lapse and off it comes. So there we go, back to here for the last time though. So the next step, you can see where I've marked the tip X out. I'm going to remove the paint from all the bits I needed, including the edges, because it'll be easier when it's off on this side. Flip it over then the other side, then I can give it the weld through primer, leave it to dry, and then that'll be this. I will be fixing some of the holes to make them correct for the Euro Mini, because this fits for the later injection floors. This, where the fuel pipes go, will need amended, and I'm also looking at filling up each of these holes, but I'll do that when it's on the car and welded in place, because I don't want to do it just now and distort the floor. I've been busy off camera prepping the floor so it's ready to go back in, and I think I've covered most of it. I'll just show you both sides and explain a bit about what I've done. So the bit that needs to be either spot welded, plug welded, or welded in general, I've had to remove the paint. And the paint that's on here is the weld through primer, which this is the stuff I use here. So it's basically got zinc through it, which helps the weld stick. So the areas on this side I've done, I'll show you. I just opted to go for plug welding through here onto the heel board for the floor. A little tip for this, I obviously drilled the holes from the other side because that's when I marked it, but I've come back on this side and I've drilled them from this side. You can't see as well because of the paint, but the reason I've drilled from this side is so that it's slightly countersunk, so that when I fill the welds from the top, it sits in a nice puddle all around there, and it just it takes a lot better and fills the hole a lot better. Saying that, the other side, once I've drilled these from this side, the other side has to be really flat so it sits really flush with the heel board. So that was sanded back as well, so there's no sharp edges on this side or the other side. So that was all done. The edges, which you can't see as well here, but if I bring it up here, have all been done because these will be getting spot welded to the wheel arch. Down the back here, again, it'll be spot welded to, there's various panels for this, the rear of the car and the valance as well. So that covers that side. I have put little bits on just where I think there's been bare metal with holes etc, just so there's no metal sitting starting to rust. Right, I'll flip this around the other side and I'll give you a look at the other side. So pretty much the same on this side, as you can see up the back here. I've done this side as well, down here, and like I say, all the bits that are needing welded. And yeah, it's finally, this part anyway, ready to go on. But one bit I'm still not sure about is this part here. I didn't know whether to drill holes in this at the moment while the boot floor's off, so that I can plug weld at a later date to the rear bin, or I don't know if that'll be accessible once it's in the car and if I can get in with a spot welder. It depends on the spot weld end probes I've got, but let me know what you think if you've done this before. Is this bit accessible enough once it's in the car to get in drill holes, or is it better just to do now? Happy to hear your thoughts. I'm just going to quickly go through some of the tools I used for it, just to give little tips for anyone that's doing it. I'm not saying my way's the correct way, but I found this easier by trial and error, so if I can save people time, that's one of the reasons I do this channel. This flat disc, which is obviously kinder on metal than a grinding disc, I discarded straight away because although it's kinder, it still takes away metal, and I don't want to take away good metal. Which then led me onto a drill and one of the nylon wheels. Tried this to start with, and it just took ages. It's obviously a heritage panel, so that's quite thick paint, and it was just taking too long. And I would have been here for hours and hours doing it. It would have got the job done, but it would have just taken too long for what I had. So the best I found was a little finger sander. on just a very fine or used sanding belt, and it took the paint off superbly and it didn't take away any of the metal. A few bits that were hard to get into, like underneath here, I just used a wire wheel on the drill. And as I've already said, this is the weld through primer I've put on. I gave it a degrease and a clean as well, so there's no debris stuck to it, because you can see down here there's bits of fine debris in there everywhere. So that's another bit. I can let this dry. It's stinking of paint in here. I have had it ventilated, but when the door's open you can't hear as well. That's why it's closed at the moment. So I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to do bits and pieces I need to the shell, but I'm going to leave that video here and I'll come back once this is ready to go back on and I've done some more work on the brackets and stuff for the shell. So thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers!